Well, with a family dedicated to the arts on my mom's side, the mother, the drama teacher, I have a great appreciation for art and what art can do to benefit this whole planet. We've got an expert, a doctor in the house, everybody. Stay tuned. We'll be back. Welcome everyone to the Your Little Castle Show. Yours truly, Carter Rethwish, aka the Cardinal Cowboy, and I get the distinct pleasure of having experts from our community who are doing unique, important things to help make this world a better place. In studio with me, you can see I have Dr. Kuhana. Did I say that close?
Quahana.
Kuhana. It is a Q. You can say it like Queen Kuhana. Hendree,
Yes.
doctor, and you're a doctor of
Theology.
and but you've got an art consulting company. You help businesses understand how they should apply and use art to generate the environment they're looking for to be a successful business.
Correct.
I got a good summary right there. All right. Good. Well, I'd like you to tell me more about that because I know there's so much that goes into this little planet. And art, like my mom, she's a big advocate. She's a drama teacher for 60 years now.
Wow.
And John Goodman and a lot of other kids. She says, Carter, I get to help people learn how to deal with life. You sit in an English class, which she taught in English too, or a math class, you learn about math, you learn about English. But in put on a theatrical performance, she says, Carter, I'm helping people learn how to complete a project to run a business here. So art has so many fashions. And so along the way, you see all of the different way people express themselves. She had one of her students wrote a musical called Adam's Apple and ended up going to Harvard. Scott Miller, I'll never forget that. I was a little kid. And just how much of an influence does art have on our culture and our planet? Welcome to the studio.
Thank you.
Well, with that, shout out to our sponsors, Carroll House Furniture, because you like nice things in your little castle, and you may have a business that has had some consulting done there with our expertise provided here by our experts. Let me put that up there on the screen there. There we go. We're going to do a little edit there, but I was on the wrong screen. That's right. But yeah, with that, you might have some expert need for some art consulting in your world. So tell me a little bit about the business and what exactly are you helping businesses to accomplish here?
Well, basically what I
Doctor?
do is I help them make sure that their space is in alignment with their mission and their purpose by making sure that the artwork is aligned with that purpose and that mission. And so that goes to subject matter, color, placement, all of those things. And then manage that corporate artwork collection for them, so that when someone comes into that space, they have an authentic experience, a true experience of what that space is meant to do.
So does this go into the category of you're a product of your environment? So you need to surround yourself with all of the things that are necessary to be successful, including the right messaging, the right art, the right influences to bring on the right results that you're looking for from
Your
your business.
artwork should be true to your message.
Your artwork, write that one down. Your artwork should be true to your message.
It tells your story. It is a voice of your space.
So there you have it. And obviously, and now, where did you get your doctorate from? Where did you do your work at?
I did my doctorate locally here at a small private institution.
And what was the core of the study there? With theology?
Theology.
Yeah, with the study there. And that ties in, how did that all tie together for you? That's
Well,
interesting.
because I am an art historian, I wanted to further specialize as an art historian. And I wanted to do that, the theological aspect of it. So religious art in addition to traditional art. And so I focused on the religious aspects of it.
Okay, yeah, and there's so much influence, especially some of the historical. Who are some of the most famous artists? Picasso.
There are lots of them.
And now we have some modern artists today that are generating beautiful art. And you're helping people to figure out how to get the right message for their business through the art that they choose.
Yeah, whatever kind of art that might be, you know.
Okay, and I've seen that because if you go around a lot of the businesses, they've got big open hallways and waiting areas and whatever, but the pictures that they have, the art sculptures they have, all of these should be relevant and have a message.
Right. It should be the right artwork has so many clinically proven benefits. And so if we have the wrong artwork, on the flip side, it has negative consequences. So we want to make sure that the artwork is appropriate for that space so that you get the maximum benefit and that it is in alignment with your mission and your purpose, because it should be true to who you are.
Makes sense. That's important, congruent. Yeah, true
Yeah.
to who you are, want to properly represent
Yeah.
what you stand for. What led you here to this particular? After you had your degree and you finished your PhD, is it a PhD or is it a
It's a doctorate.
doctorate? Yeah. When you finish your doctorate, what led you to this particular caveat for helping people?
Well, art has always been in my life. I've been an artist since I was 5 years old, so it's always been a part of me. And I always knew I wanted to work in art in some aspect. And I actually started my education in architecture, and then I shifted to business and art history. And I thought, well, how can I get art into people's hands? And so I worked in my master's degree is in arts management, and so I worked in museums and galleries, and I was around artwork all the time. And then when I moved back to St. Louis after graduate school, I decided to actually use my business degree, and I was working in corporate America and seeing art, but the wrong art in these corporate
You
environments.
could tell they didn't have the right message.
Yeah.
Right?
And so when my corporate career ended, I had the time and the opportunity and the resources to kind of do what I always wanted to do, which was get the right artwork into the right spaces at the right time. And it was just like a natural evolution. And I started the business, and it just kind of evolved naturally.
And
All
here
of
you
my
are.
training converged and married together to have this perfect storm of my business, the art consulting.
Isn't it interesting how the higher powers that be align us with the right timing and the right place? And this has all come together for you now. How long have you had your own consulting business now? How long has that been?
Since 2012, yeah, we're coming up on that 14-year anniversary next week.
Hell, happy
I guess I should have some cake.
Yeah, that's right. 14 years. That's impressive.
Yeah.
And now, can you give us some examples, or can you name any names of past clients? Are you
I
allowed?
can't name any names, but
Industries that they're in?
most recently, a financial industry. We worked with. Actually, we're building a collection for him. We started off fresh a couple of years ago, and as his space is evolving, we're evolving that collection with that space to make sure that it is true to what he does, and his values, and his vision, and his mission. It's very exciting to just let someone tell you, "I trust you," and let's build a collection, and I trust you. I love that.
Yeah, well, I say you are in an interesting position where you're going to work with some very influential people that want to portray what they stand for and what they believe and how they convey and what their business is all about. But this is an interesting conversation because, yes, this is such an influence and impact and how people process and what they want to represent.
Right.
Tell us a little bit. Do you have a team? Is it you on your own, or how does this work?
I'm a lone ranger, but
Okay.
but there are times
Consultant.
where partnerships and teams might be a better fit if there is an existing, for example, when I'm working in the government space, or if there's an existing project and there's a team already in place, and they just need that one piece of the puzzle of the artwork to be taken care of, then I would partner with them. I'd be on that team, and I'd support their workflow and make sure that the artwork is integral to their project. So there are times when I might have to work with a team or a subcontractor, but the art consulting firm is just me for now.
Well, that's a good place to be because you're the boss, you're in charge, you know what you need. And
Yeah.
don't want to have a lot of extra overhead over there, too. You've got to stay focused on it. And you're going from client to client to client, probably multiple clients at any time, and then people call you back years later and say, I need some more help. We got to make this look right. We get to represent. But, yeah, there's so much that people don't realize that goes into the aesthetics and what people need to portray.
Yes.
I know this from seeing my mom's sets. And everything you have to have everything in the right place and represent the right way.
Right.
Even if it meant borrowing your son's stop sign that I may have picked up somewhere. But all those things are messaging is part of the show and the performance and the way we represent and how we accomplish our goals. Very cool. What about this? This is obviously a passion of yours. You followed your passion. You're somebody who's followed the passion and enjoys doing something. You get to do what you love. What is it about your passion that you enjoy most?
Being around art literally makes me happy. I just love it. It's beautiful, and I love that creative expression. Creativity is I think is ingrained in us in some capacity, and when I see that produced, it's just a beautiful, beautiful thing to me. And I love also supporting artists. I love seeing artists getting their work shown and getting the spotlight on their talent. That makes me happy. And it's been, like I said, it's been a part of my life since I've been 5 years old, so I don't know anything else. I just know art. I love it.
Well, yeah, obviously influential. You can see on the wall behind us, we've got your website. We're going to show off your social media. Lots going on there on your Instagram.
Yeah.
But tell me, how is it that most people become familiar with you? It's a lot of word of mouth, but
Yeah.
you've developed a reputation in the industry, and obviously, do you have people from around the world that use your services? Tell me a little bit.
I don't, but I can. Well, I have used artists from around the world, but I haven't yet to have an international client. That'd be wonderful. I love working with people
All over the United States?
Yeah, all over the United States and anywhere else. I can, because of technology, I can work anywhere really.
Yeah.
But I've met some wonderful artists from all over the place, and that's really awesome.
How do most people hear about you then?
Word of mouth. It's when you do what I do, it's always about word of mouth and referrals and partnerships, and so those connections are very important. Those relationships are very important. But yeah, they can always find me on social media or on my website.
Yeah, and I would say if something you've been doing this for 14 years, obviously you've developed the relationships, you've developed the respect and the what was the word? I just had it, but the credibility. Obviously, you are the de facto expert for this kind of work that a lot of people would go to.
De facto expert.
Well, how could you doing this kind of work? You don't last unless you're doing good work for 14 years. Holy cow, you've really established yourself, and having that PhD really backs up the fact that you obviously spent quite a bit of time doing this. Did you have to write a dissertation as part of that?
Yeah.
What was the focus for the dissertation? Can I ask?
It was actually on representations of Christ in art.
Interesting. Okay. Wow, you could talk for hours just on
Oh,
that.
I can. Yeah.
That would be a neat conversation. You look at the influence that guy's had. Son of God. Many people believe. I'm a personal believer that Jesus is one of the most influential people and has had an impact on my life, and I believe in him. But wow, there's just, and then where do you go from there? You've got myriads of other characters throughout history that have influence, and then the art that reflects what they've represented too. But Jesus has a focus for what you had.
For the dissertation, yeah, it was.
That's really cool. All right, well, we're going to take a quick break here and talk about some of our fun in the community. We're going to go back to a little reflection on art. My mom was on the Today Show recently and talking about her impact in the area of art with her student John Goodman.
Wow.
Who went to Afton here. He's from L.A. He's from Lower Afton actually, but and I grew up in West L.A., which is Fenton, which is west of Arnold, Lower Arnold, but some of our comedy there. But influence and impact, and she kind of helped demonstrate the impact that true art can have, and what artists like John Goodman, being an artist, he's an actor, and that they have in our community, how they bring them in just to speak because of what they represent. So with that, we'll jump in here, and we'll be back here in just a minute. Stay tuned.
Guys, he's amazing.
You were driving around town and you went past your old high school and thought about stopping in, but said, there's nobody here left that I know. But in fact, your high school drama teacher, Judy Rethwish, is still there.
Yeah.
And she left a little message for you.
Hello, John. This is Judy Rethwish from the Afton School District. And I just wanted to say that you've made some wonderful contributions to our district. And we're so proud of you and all the things you have done. I'm particularly proud, and I remember when you had the lead in Hello Dolly, and we got a standing ovation for that show, and I saw the light in your eyes, and I knew that's what you were going to do the rest of your life.
Wow.
Special.
That's got to be special.
Yeah.
She saw it in you.
She had to fight to get me into a couple of productions because I was on the D list.
Well, you're on the A list now.
Well, let's not go nuts.
100 acting credits. I think you're on that. You made it.
Really?
Yes.
Yep. Counted them up.
Where you coming down?
Could you list them all for us? No kidding. John, thank you so much.
Oh, thank
You're
you.
going to be sticking around. You're going to help us out with some trivia, right?
Yep.
Some Springfield trivia is coming up in just a sec. Then later, since we are in the birthplace of Route 66, we are going to have our own classic car show.
His name is Carter Rethwish, but in St. Louis, he's known as the Cardinal Cowboy. He's a well-known fixture in the stands at sporting events in the Gateway City. He's one of its greatest cheerleaders, a super fan like no other. When he makes his rounds at almost every home game, he shares his love for sports with the rest of fandom with a smile, a cheer, some positive encouragement, and lots of selfies and pics. But the Cardinal Cowboy was born of a tragic incident. Rethwish was an aspiring athlete in high school and college. He dreamed of playing in the big leagues, but those dreams ended when he and 3 of his college friends were hit with a devastating crash by a 5-time drunk driver. One of his best friends died. Carter suffered a critical head injury. The trauma put him in a coma for 6 days. The doctors said he was never expected to function again. Those expectations never came true. He fought back and finished college. He was determined to prove the doctors wrong. Among other inspirations, it was his love of baseball that kept him going. And from his near-death experience, the Cardinal Cowboy emerged. His goal in life became to inspire others with positivity despite the odds, to help people believe in themselves and achieve their dreams.
So after my coma, I realized that it was up to me if I was going to accomplish my goals, if I was going to reach my dreams. Despite what the naysayers would say, the people that were discouraging me, like they do everyone, it's up to me if I'm going to make it. Don't listen to the naysayers. It's up to you. You decide whether you're going to succeed, whether you're going to reach your goals. Dream, and then always, always chase your dreams. Never give up. Giddy up. By now, we are on ABC 5 times a week. So many businesses are loving what we're doing to help them get their name out there. We'll sit right here in our guest chair, right here, sitting here talking to us. We're going to put on the wall your website and everything about you, and highlight you as a leader. Fill out the form you see here on our website. It's bigleagues.com, and if you go to bigleagues.com, fill out this form. Takes just a couple seconds, and you can even schedule yourself right here. Schedule yourself to be on the show, and there's no charge for us to record you. There's no charge to be in the studio. Check it out if you would like to be on. Fill out the form again, bigleagues.com. This is where we can turn any interview into a series of clips. A professional video on your website closes more sales by instantly building trust, clearly explaining complex products, and keeping visitors engaged longer, reducing bounce rate by 34%. It'll help you to gain that credibility, increase engagement, simplify complex tasks, lower your sales friction, and boost your rankings on the search engine. So this is all kind of a no-brainer. See how we've now had over 500 interviews and now almost 250 different business owners. Go to bigleagues.com. That's bigleagues.com. Go to bigleagues.com and get signed up. You can schedule right from there. So there you have it. Lots of fun. We partake in the community and get to work with a lot of great organizations that are making an impact on our little planet. I always like to help people understand the financial impact, what I call a cost analysis. But how often is it that people, gosh, it's something you almost, it's not really an intangible because it's obvious to see, but when you go through businesses and you walk through their halls, there's always, they can't only blank walls, obviously, they have art relative to how many people are just picking something up that somebody said, hey, put this on the wall and this will make sense. But you're saying there's a lot that goes into that, and if they are taking it for granted, then they're going to give the wrong message to somebody. It could cost them business.
Correct.
Give me a cost analysis of what do people really benefit by having an expert like yourself come in to convey the right message for everybody?
Well, because it should be a strategic move, meaning that when you are developing any part of your space, it's because you're doing it with a mission in mind. And so the artwork should be a part of that discussion from the very beginning. Just like you pick the furniture, you pick the lighting, all of those things that you design, you need the artwork to be a part of that conversation at the very beginning. Because if it's not in alignment, it's going to be out of whack. Yeah. Think about when you go into a bank or lawyer's office, you walk in, there's a certain feeling that you should have, right? And the artwork should be a part of that. Do I trust this bank with my money? Do I trust this lawyer with my need, right?
Right.
And so the artwork is not going to solve every problem, but it's going to address quite a few. And it is an investment that actually accrues in value. And we're not concerned with flipping the art to sell it. We're concerned about its legacy and its storytelling in relation to your space. But it is an investment, and it should be done strategically and soundly.
Very important, yes. Well, tell me though, by now you've got quite the reputation. Why should somebody choose you for this? Yeah, obviously, you bring a very specific expertise here.
Because again, I'm going to look at it from not only the point of storytelling, but the point of strategy, and it's going to be expertly crafted to your environment, and it's not going to be something that we just pick up. It's going to be something that I get to know you and your personality and your mission, and the artwork is going to speak to that in a way that is going to benefit you and going to benefit your space.
Well said. I like that. But how often is the truth? If you ever study internet marketing, is my world and where it comes from. But we talk about you've got to have the right color scheme, the right images, the right messaging, the right format, the right layout, and even just moving an image from over here to over there, or making the color scheme a little darker or a little lighter. Those are all little changes that can be made that you need to test and acknowledge that can impact the way people react to what you're doing. And it's true, so much is the case when the environment, when they're about to say, oh, do I put my name on this contract and make this deal with this lawyer or this firm or whatever they're looking at. This can be a very important thing for a lot of people when they're thinking about how they present themselves to everyone.
Exactly. How do I feel when I walk in this space? And does the artwork support that or detract from that? And that's very important. So a lot of what I do is going to be educating people and letting them know that it's needed. It is essential, in my opinion.
Gosh, how much business have people lost because they had the wrong environment, the wrong artwork related to what they do that obviously conveyed the wrong message and made a difference there.
Exactly.
Obviously, you've got some expertise here. Given your PhD, are there any other licenses or any other training that you've had to go through, or is it continual to learn?
Well, to work with the government, I had to be certified. So I'm multi-certified with the government, locally, regionally, nationally. And then also, when you do what I do, there's always a continuing education. So that's always making sure that I'm always seeing art. I'm always connecting with artists, and I'm always just making sure that I am abreast of what's happening in the industry, and just keep being aware. And anytime I can get my hands on further education, I do it. I just love learning, and so I always make sure that I'm up front and at the cusp of what's happening. And I think that's necessary for any industry, but just making sure that I'm always abreast of what's going on.
Well, yeah, you would think that most people would pay attention to that and continuing education like you're talking about, even in a specific niche that you have. How many other people are there on the face of the planet that do what you do? It seems like it's a very niche thing where you have some real expertise, and especially the training, getting a PhD and all that.
It's very, very niche. And there are a few. There are not many in the St. Louis area. Nationally, there are a few. And people do it in different iterations. They may do it in different capacities or have different ways that they call themselves. But it is a very niche and small pocket of people that do what I do. And I think that's nice that we have a specialty that speaks to a certain need.
Very true. Yes, my dad said someday, Carter, you're going to learn to specialize in something. Here we are with our little TV show where we get to highlight those people who are doing good work. But with that in mind, I want to show people you've got a lot of great information on your website. So I'm going to give everybody a preview here and take a look at what you're offering to people. But walk me through this a little bit. I put up on the screen everybody to see your website here. But you can see as you scroll down here, a number of examples of the environments and the way you are these past clients and real examples?
No, those are not. Some of them are past clients and some of them are not.
Okay. And you can see a lot of artwork.
Just giving you examples of what artwork looks like in spaces.
I got you. And if I go up here underneath the services,
you'll see the services that we have.
Yeah, so you can literally book somebody right there by clicking on the relevant.
Well, they can book a consultation with me. The first consultation is always going to be free to see if there's a good fit. And then after that, we can look at, do they want just a one-off of purchasing a piece, or do they want a whole collection, or do they want me to manage the collection that they actually have currently? Because that's an issue as well. Does the collection I have right now, is it safe? Is it being displayed properly? Is it being stored properly? Do we need to switch it around for visual interest? Or if there's a government project that may need artwork, that's on the site as well, where they can consult with me about that. So there's a variety of ways that they can work with me.
Well, lots of expertise you bring to the table in your niche that you've developed here. With that, you've got a new product here, a new service, new consulting. I'm going to put this up on the wall. I'll go real wide so you can see us all in here. But this I imported a little presentation here.
Oh, yeah.
We'll walk through this a little bit. I'll go through it. So on the screen, they're going to see the presentation.
Yeah.
But tell me a little bit about this.
That's the Concierge Fine Art Integration Service, which is a white glove art consulting layer that I really just kind of naturally emerged when I'm thinking about working with existing clients that have existing teams already in place. If there's an architect or an interior designer or someone in the built environment industry, that they already have a plan that's in place. And they need that one little piece to be taken care of. That one little piece of the puzzle that I can take off of their shoulders. That's where the Concierge Fine Art Integration Service comes into play.
Okay, so
where I
let's go.
support their plan and make sure it is in alignment with what they're already doing.
Okay, so I just moved to the next slide here, and this talks a little about some spaces are beautifully designed. The right artwork helps them feel complete. And that's part of the message you have for business to understand what they're doing when they put art in their facility. Concierge Fine Art Integration. Tell me a little bit about that.
And again, that's an optional service that complements those existing projects that may be already in place, with whether it's an interior designer, an architect, or someone in the built environment, construction, things of that nature, where they just need someone to take that piece off of their shoulders to buy the artwork.
And as we go through here, we're giving a quick version of the presentation, but obviously you can see, and I got to go the right, there we go, right screen, but yeah, created for clients, re-envisioning homes, offices, and professional spaces through renovation, design, and new construction. And this is what you're bringing to people as your part of your. These are new services, or these kind of a caveat for what you.
It's an emerging service out of what I already do.
Okay.
And that's when I would work as a part of a team or partnering with another group of people versus being a standalone consultant.
Gotcha.
So it's just another opportunity to support people in their artwork alignment, but do it as a part of a team or partnership if someone already has someone in place.
I would assume there are probably some big national companies that offer similar things like you do, but what's the benefit people gain by working with you as a small business owner, as an individual?
Because they're going to get personalized, individual, concierge, white glove experience with me. Because it's me that's doing it. It's not a team of people that are going to be in and out of your space and that have differing views of what to do. This is one person that's going to handle you from the start to the end, and you're going to get personal attention.
What's the biggest mistake people make when they are making a decision like this?
The biggest mistake is that artwork is frivolous, or it is expensive, or that it is elitist, or not necessary.
Okay. Real quickly then, as we finish up this half hour here, how does somebody get a hold of you, work with you? Go to your website?
They can go to the website. All of my contact information is there. They can contact me on social media. Very easy to find. Instagram, LinkedIn, but the website is a great place to get. You see that contact tab?
Yeah.
They click on that. They can fill out that form. They can email me, call me, all of those things, and I will personally answer.
There you have it, everybody. An expert that brings some unique expertise. Stay tuned, everybody. This is the Your Little Castle Show. Giddy up.